Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
or finding Aaron Brock and Michelle,
or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we gonna go. Y'all know we gonna fall right in the trap, literally. Shout out to Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. We know Jeannie Mai does not identify as a African American woman, but we would say she is a woman of color, therefore she's Black adjacent. Just days after People magazine confirmed they were dating, the co-host of The Real and the rapper, the Snowman himself, has made it official. Shout out to them, right? Like, did they say something under that picture, Nero? I know Nero be getting receipts. I think it says, "Hello, honey." Took on a whole new meaning, honey. Shout out to the hood. You know, Jenny always says, Jenny Mai always used to say, not skeptical things, but I remember on The Real, she'd be like, I love a piece of dark meat, or like, she could say things that as a Black adjacent woman, I think as a Black woman, we let slide a little bit more if it was a white woman. Shout out to them. I will say in that Instagram picture, they're thriving.
Yeah.
I will say they're thriving. I will say he's moisturized. I will say he's moisturized. Mm-hmm. People of color, we don't, the Asians have a very good skincare routine, okay? And the Blacks, we have a very good skincare routine. And together in that picture, they are just looking good.
Yeah.
And that white, the white off Black skin is good. I didn't even know white go that good, but, I'm going to leave it there. I know y'all thought I was going to slip there, but I'm not.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look at that picture. No, it's like a album cover from the early 2000s.
And they're in golden hour too.
No, it's another one. Go to their Instagram near him. And it's like he's standing behind her looking like he just got off stage with like a do-rag on. And they're like in all white. Like it's very J-Lo Puff Daddy-esque.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I'm talking about, Thrive. I don't know where. No, you just need to Google it. Google Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. I want Nerum to see this so he can react. Because he's talking about this one where they're on the beach. No, I'm talking about the hood one. And just hit images. It got to come up. Because that's the one I kept seeing. I don't know these ones Nerum pulling up.
Oh.
But I'm kind of here for it. See that ghetto looking one there?
Oh, that
they
one
look
there?
a little Crazy Rich Asians meets Ruckle Home Roscoe Jenkins.
That one there. I can't.
What you can't?
I can't with you.
What happened? What's wrong? What you laughing about?
Crazy Rich Asians meet Roscoe Jenkins.
Well, welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. You know what, Martin? Welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. Mm-hmm. When like Roscoe is super, super sophisticated and stuff.
Right.
I meant that. That's what it looked like, though. I'm here for them. I'm happy for them. Quiet as it's kept. I thought they've been dating for years. But okay, if we want to pretend like they just started it now. She was married to that other guy. I think it's some white guy who was really funny. Like, was doing very gaslighter type things. Jeezy has been in the streets with a few women, so. But the thing is, the women he's dated, they never really talk crazy about him.
No.
And so that, that shows that he's pretty stable, huh? But Jeezy, he done grew up though, honey. Ain't his child go to like Penn State?
I don't know where Jeezy kid go. Let's see.
Didn't his son get a full ride to Penn State? Like, Jeezy over here raising children. Like, don't confuse Jeezy like the smoke, okay? Like, that is the past.
Oh.
But not even a shady way, in a real way. Like, Jeezy has just grew up.
Well, you need to. The nigga 40.
I agree. And I'm not mad about it. Because sometimes rap will stunt your growth, especially some of these rap artists. Their growth is especially stunt.
These niggas are shady.
What they say?
Jeezy told your children to trap or die, but he sent his kids.
I told you. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I don't have no reason to lie. I want to say that Jeezy's son is going to like a public Ivy League education, and not like on some my daddy just rich so he can afford a tutor. Like on I'm a smart ass nigga and they paying me to come here type shit. Like that is what Jeezy's son is on.
Nigga said. Hypocritical question mark. Jeezy told your children to trap or die by sending his kid to college.
I told you.
Hey,
it ain't just look, and we ain't just talking about down the way to HVAC. Okay? Ain't no wrong with an HVAC. Y'all know we paid over almost 10 G's for a new heating system. Ain't no wrong with a HVAC degree. But it's just levels to this shit. Anyway, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Who was you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 281, yo.
Hey, it's Friday. Friday.
Happy Friday. Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at blacklovematters.com. Oh, I'm loving this whole like silky smooth buttery voice I got going on right here.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't even know what to say. Okay, Nero. Well, shout out to you.
You know you like it, baby.
I do. I love it, actually.
Yeah. What you got?
I remember you when we were poor grad students, you thought about being a voiceover actor.
Yes, I still do sometimes.
Like, it's a whole thing. What's the thing you submit your voice samples to? Like, it's a whole movement.
I need to figure it out.
It might be called Voice Me. And you just do a sample of how you sound. And, like, companies will send you scripts and you record them and they just send you the money. And since Niram has a deeper voice, you should look into that. That might be low-key litty lit. I don't think I have a voice other folks want. So they'll be like, pass. Strong pass.
But, you know, they're always looking for a smooth, buttery voice.
My chicken?
Or I was also, like, you know,
there we go.
I did pass up the scholarship on Oberlin when I was in high school. Like, I could have been like...
What scholarship you passed up at Oberlin?
No, I was in the choir because, you know...
Stop. So you were in the choir in high school?
Yeah, for like 2 years.
What y'all sing? What choir? At church?
No, in school. My school was so heavily populated that it just put me in choir for like 2 years.
Yo, what was it called? Your counselor was like, this is what, nigga, do you want to graduate? This what these the credits you gonna take.
You better take this fucking
elective.
That
other stuff ain't free. This is the elective you're taking.
You took choir last year. Why don't you take it again?
Take advanced choir.
Yeah, my fucking choir teachers mean to tell too.
Was y'all a good choir?
Not really.
What did y'all sing?
Joshua fought the battle. Yes, the battle with Jericho. Joshua.
Y'all sung gospel music?
Yes.
Is that appropriate?
I don't know.
How did you interview for the scholarship at Oberlin?
Like they came, you know, it's on some nigga shit. They came and saw the school sing.
Yes.
And then, you know,
so it was a bunch of white people.
Yeah.
Where's Oberlin at?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So the student, I won't say professor, but the teacher went to Oberlin. Okay. So I guess it was some people that she knew.
Got you.
And it's
she
like,
hooked y'all up.
And then, you know, she came and was like, son, like, you want to go to college? And I was like, yeah.
Your teacher?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you turned that down? Don't finish the story. And
I said, yeah, I want to college. And it's like, well, you know, you can get a scholarship for like to be a choir at Oberlin. I didn't know what the fuck Oberlin was. I said, I want to play football.
Oh. She see if it was Nayan about to lie to you. I'm like, it's there too. Because I just need to get you and your mama there. Because your mama be like, well, nigga, forget football. Like we almost need to trick and get you there.
And I was like, nah, I'm trying to play football.
Child.
And that was some nigger shit too.
Oh my God, that was a hard year, Nero. What, child? Would you do it differently? I think I might took that voice scholarship. You don't hear about them kicking niggas out because of their voice.
The show don't.
And that can't be it. I guess it is. It's a different type of intensity. Mm-hmm. Where's Oberlin at?
I don't know. I'm checking now.
Okay. I think
it's in Ohio.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was gonna say Pennsylvania. I don't know why I was thinking Pennsylvania. Anyway.
I should have went to graduation.
So you didn't have to even audition for, or she was like going to try to kind of walk you through it?
No, like I remember talking with the people, like interviewing, and it's like,
what did they ask you?
I just remember them being like, you know, for your age and your voice being this so deep, like you gonna be like the future.
We'll teach you how to sing.
Yeah,
that's what they basically told you.
Yeah.
Oh, because what do you sing? A bass? Are you bass?
Baritone bass.
Oh, you're a baritone. I guess it is harder to find baritones though. But I guess when I think of baritone and bass, I don't be like, oh yeah, they can blow, honey. It's just you just kind of hitting. Mm-hmm. You just round out the sound of the music. Mm-hmm. When you think of like the actual singing, you don't be like, yeah, that baritone tearing it up. Well, let me not talk because shout out to Barry White.
Right.
I'm being disrespectful.
I could have took that scholarship from Oberlin. I could have been a new Nate Dogg. You know, we need somebody who be singing on the raps.
I was still thinking about Barry White.
Smoke weed every day.
Is there any R&B male artists out with really deep voices?
Not really.
Like real velvety, like okay, I don't even got to do baritone. Are there any like strong altos? Like, is there any Teddy Pendergrasses out right now? Like you know somebody just got a little Luther.
No, these niggas.
They like it's just the big rich world. Joe.
Tyrese. You can go Tyrese.
Ooh. Did you say Tyrese? No, sir. I'm talking about that had a song at least last 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
Who's has some I try to get to the new R&B artist. It's that guy. It's a thicker guy. His name is Pink Sweats. I tried to get into him. You know, I don't like a lot of. I only can do so much falsetto. I only can do so much. You know the songs that sound like they like men be whispering in your ear. I don't really like that.
So you don't like none of the Dream songs, then?
I like the Dream songs, but when I think of like throwing down R&B, I don't. That's not the same category for me. Like I think the Dream is a brilliant composer, and he got bops. Like Shorty is a 10, but I don't consider that like. That's not the same as a Luther song.
No, that.
Do you know? But it's still a bop. I don't know who else. Who throw down? You know who can throw down? Miguel can throw down. When he get in his pocket. But all his songs ain't like that. Like soon when Miguel get to singing, let me slow down. When he get out that falsetto shit, he really can do something. But then soon as I get comfortable with him, he right back up there. I'm like, what is he talking about? What? Yeah, am I lying? You got any? Is any other male artists out? You know about that Pink Sweat boy? I think I like his aesthetic. I like his aesthetic.
You like when he wear pink sweats?
I think I just like him being a big black man and owning it, and like it's something just so real and relatable about it that I'm like, yeah, I'm here for him. And I think by looking at him, I want him to fucking sweat when he sings.
Oh,
and I don't know if he does that. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for R&B singers who sweat. Like shout out to the Johnny Gill. You know, like you look at some of the old videos when they was singing, y'all. They literally, you can see the veins popping out their neck, and it was like puddles, male and female. Look at Whitney and them; they be sweating. Now, look at these artists now; they don't be breaking no sweat. They be too cool to sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I want you to sweat. If you gonna do it, do the damn thing. I think that's what I really want to get. I don't want nothing cute. I think that's why folks be like, "What about her?" I think her is cute too, but she don't sweat. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Can she sing? Absolutely. But do she sweat? Nah.
Do she sweat?
Ari got the potential to sweat, but sometimes she don't be. Sometimes she be like, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, Ari is my girl. She's probably one of the ones I think she be holding back a little bit because some of the stuff she be getting in it. Like when you got to push it, some of the stuff she do be sweating on. Some of the stuff she don't be sweating. And I just want a whole album of just. Like, you know, when you hear it in the back, they be like, at the end of the song, they be like this. Woo, how'd that go? Let me see what else going on. I'm just running my mouth, y'all. Shout out to Lizzo. She got her first #1 Billboard 100. What Truth Hurts. Should have been got that shit. You know, Lizzo got to be naked, twirl, play the flute, do flips, make a roast. Like, of course.
Said make a roast.
Like, she should have been got all this. Duh.
So.
Like, come on. That kind of makes me angry.
So, Billboard says 6 female rappers have now reached #1. Lauryn Hill, Lil Kim, Shauna. Oh, from Stand Up. Iggy Azalea, Cardi B, and now Lizzo.
Don't do that in here and act like you don't know what Stand Up is.
No. And I would say, is Lizzo a rapper?
No. She's what did I just say? She raps, she sings, she composes. What's the director called? What's the person that leads the orchestra?
Oh,
she does
the maestro.
She does all of these things. Congratulations, Lizzo. Of course, she's Black Girl Magic. Also, y'all, this hurricane ain't playing. Y'all know that Hurricane Dorian hitting. So, folks in the Bahamas, y'all be safe out there. I know it done hit. Tyler Perry done came through and said, you niggas always talking to me about me where I don't put my money and where I do put my money. He's sending money. As always, Tyler do be sending money. I'll give him that. But I know that hurricane ain't nothing to play with. So all our folks in the Bahamas, Florida, like that whole southern Atlantic area, I know it hit really hard. So, you know, take it easy. And y'all know y'all in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Nirams, what's going on with you?
So, you know, I went to therapy today. It was interesting. You know, it's always interesting when your boy go to therapy.
I think my therapist catching on.
She catching on to all your tricks?
Yeah.
That's good. It only took her 6 months.
It took a while.
Because I be playing those games.
I don't play games.
Yes, you do.
I told you before where I be like, she be asking me questions. I'm like, sis, I don't know.
I be talking
I feel like I'm just making up stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, Naomi talking about, I don't know if I'm lying to my therapist. What?
Listen, I give y'all one moment of transparency, and Niram ain't let me live it down yet. Niram like, you just be going in there pathological lying? I'm like, no, I don't lie on purpose.
You like a psychological thriller.
But y'all know we in therapy. Sometimes your therapists be persistent, and they be like, "What do you think?" You like, "I don't know," and they just keep asking the same question. You be like, "I don't know, shit, green," because they're trying to because everything to them is symbolic, right? So they just trying to get. Honestly, they're trying to get the first response out of you to hopefully unpack something. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I play. I took a creative writing. What do you? What do we do? I meditate, honey. I can create things. What do you want me to do? I don't think it's lying. It's just I don't know if it was as thoughtful as it should be. Mm-hmm. Right after I say it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But it was like, did I think about it? It was one of them things where it was no filter between my mouth and my head. Where it was like, oh, maybe I could edit it. Like, not edited it, but it's like, oh, did you think about that shit? Or did that just pop in? Like, literally, it's like a fleeting thought. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you don't got to say every fucking fleeting thought. Mm-hmm. And also, I think folks not used to me pausing and then responding. So thanks, Nira, for letting me be vulnerable.
You're welcome.
I'm telling the truth. I ain't the only one who done. It ain't purposely lied. I done,
y'all niggas be lying.
Created did story time with a therapist. If she asked me about it, I'm fucked. She could be like, tell me again. You took the notes. What did I say? Did I say that?
So went to therapy today. Which was a very interesting thing because I haven't seen her in maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while for y'all.
Because it's the vacation, not the but the holiday and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she went out of town. So just giving her an update on some things that was happening, and like while I was doing that, I was like, oh, by the way, I got featured into a popular newspaper. Mm-hmm. And she's like, wait, what?
She thinking it's your local newspaper.
Yeah.
You thinking it's the Suntime Gazette. That's what she's thinking.
Right. And she's like, yo, this is a big deal. Like, why are you why are you putting it down like that? And it's like, well, it's light work. Mm-hmm. So, that became our whole therapy session. And this whole notion of the way black people brag versus how white people brag. Mm-hmm. And
it's different, honey.
The thoughts that comes along with it as a person of color bragging, mm-hmm. and how we need to start figuring out how we need to start going into our white people brag. So we did this exercise, which was interesting, funny, and annoying at the same time. Where she literally made me walk out the room and then come back and brag as if I was a white man telling her this news.
Hey, Keish. Hey, Keisha. Jess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a white man doing it. And she's like, nope, you still got some nigga ways. Go back out there. So we did this about 3 times. And basically it's like, really play it up and brag like a white person would do it. Like this is some big news. You got featured in a big ass newspaper, like nationwide, like brag like a white man, mm-hmm. and go.
Yeah.
And, it was this whole experiment. It was interesting, right? It's this whole experiment of like the thoughts and feelings that you have around some things to celebrate versus what other people else is doing, and how most people are just following your lead. So if you playing it off like, oh, like this is light work, or this is not really a big deal, even if it is, they're gonna play it low too. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, that then affects the way you thinking about yourself, because you're like, well, that thing that you thought it's light work wasn't really a big deal anyway. Mm-hmm. So really just thinking about like how to celebrate your wins, and then coming into a way where you don't have to celebrate like a white person all the time, but how do you celebrate it in a way that's genuine? Mm-hmm. And then, we went down this whole tunnel of like, well, why do you do it that way? And I was telling us like, as black folks, like we always like, it's always like a, don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing type shit, because like people try to use it against you, especially when it comes to work. And I was just telling us like, I go to work and I try to celebrate. And it's like, well, and then next thing you know, that shit come out in review time. Like, well, Niram, I don't know if you really focus. You know, you got these articles in these national newspapers and things of that sort, and I think you're just not focused on your job. So, you know, we're gonna put you at less than meets expectations. Yeah. And I was telling her that, and she's like, well, you know, the thing is that white folks is you damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Gonna colonize.
Yeah. So why not at least celebrate what you know your wins?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's one of the things I just wanted to bring to the community is that you got to celebrate your wins, and sometimes you got to celebrate it like a white man.
True. I think that's really good because we take it to the extreme, right? I think it is something about, you know, keeping some stuff sacred into yourself, and you don't have to tell them everything, but it hits to the point where it's a detriment of there's no celebration.
Yeah.
There's no winning, and that's when it becomes toxic, and that's what becomes a problem, because joy and laughter and winning and laughing and celebrating is a form of resistance. I know Nia and I were saying that, you know, folks, it's been a rough little few years since 45 got in there. Folks been up in arms, you know. At least when Obama was in there, we had a couple breaks. We had a couple times where we could exhale, and people have just been holding their breath. People have been woke to the point that nobody done got no sleep. And if you don't get no sleep, you get delirious. So rest is needed. And I think a form of rest is laughter. A form of rest is celebration. A form of rest are all these things. And we as a community, we lose sight of that.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is, like, as black folks, we always like, well, the show must go on. Like, even if, like, you celebrate it, right? And just going, like, the whole thing of, like, yeah, you have all these accomplishments, but you're not even celebrating them, though. And, like, and I was telling her, like, you know, I just got, like, a sense of emptiness. Like, yeah, I'm in these newspapers, but I should be on the Today Show, or I should be whatever show Michael Strahan is on, right? Yeah. I need to be there interviewing with them versus like celebrating this win, which is like a big win. Like most people that do what I do don't get celebrated and don't get featured in the way that I did. Yeah. And I'm just telling people like, oh, it's just a light day. Like, oh, I found $1. Type shit, like
yes, and that is equivalent. That's the response. Yeah, and it's not
right.
And even in and I imagine there's a lot of listeners are going through something very similar too, where it's like you need to be highlighting this and you need to take time to focus on that. How do you think? I want you to unpack more. How do you think white people brag? How do white folks do? White people be like, go ahead. I answer my own question.
You did.
But how you think white people brag? I got plenty of examples.
They just be it'd be the first thing they tell you. Hey, how you doing? Guess or you what? Know, or they'll ask a question as for a lead up for you to ask them, so they can tell you like, oh, how was your morning? Oh, it was pretty good. You know, you know, had some breakfast, had a little workout, came to work. Oh, what about you? Well, let me tell you. I was featured in the world's most national newspaper. What? Yeah. And they came out and they flew out and recorded me for 3 days, multiple days. And, you know, they asked me all these questions and, you know, and X, Y, and Z. And they not only made one video, they made 2 videos. They made a 7-minute long video for YouTube. And then they did a 2-minute video for their website. And it's getting this many views. And, I started selling some shirts, put my shirts on sale, and I sold some shirts, and I'm getting this many followers, and blah 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 blah.
And they'll be bringing it the whole day.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, and then you start the email train at work. You be like, why are we celebrating Johnny still? Right. About some shit don't even got to do with work. You be like, what is this? Yeah, it does happen.
I'm gonna send you the link to both of them.
Send it to your family. Send it to your family.
I'm gonna send you the 2 minutes one and the 6 minutes.
Can you watch it and like it?
Yes. Leave a comment.
And you be like, okay.
Leave a comment.
And you feel not obligated, but you be like, well, okay, honey. Yeah.
Leave a comment.
If you like it, I love it.
And they'll talk about it for like the whole week.
The whole week? Nigga, I don't say the month.
Hey, you remember when I got, or like
highs
whenever.
And lows. We be talking about, we in 2023.
Oh, for my personal experience when I got featured in that national magazine. You know, this is the way that they had did it. Yeah. Maybe we should try it that way.
Yes.
So then everything about that would be about how they got featured.
That is very true.
Meanwhile, like, oh, I just found a quarter on the street. Mm-hmm. Nira, how was your day? Oh, you know, nothing. Good. You know, it was all right. Like, I got published. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that was about it. What about yourself? Mm-hmm. So it's like one of those things, right?
Have you told people at your job yet or no?
I told my boss.
What did she say?
She's like, "Can I share it?" I said, "Sure," and she shared it with everybody. And when I came in, congratulations, Nero, on your piece. So I looked
Brag
at it,
like a what?
like a white person.
That was quick.
Because she follows me on Instagram, and so she sent me a message, and it's like,
Damn,
this is amazing.
She be up she be on you.
This is
Like
amazing.
white on rice.
Exactly. This is amazing. Can I share it? And I was like, sure.
It's on the internet.
It's on the internet. And I got 30,000 followers. Like, sure.
It wasn't like a private conversation.
Go. Yeah. Like, shit. And I didn't know. Next thing you know, everybody at work, wow, that was amazing. I looked at it twice. Left a comment and thumbs up it.
Well, maybe as Black folks, we just need to change our energy. Look, I'm like Killer Mike. Niggas need to change their energy. It's just embrace their inner white.
I sent it to my cousin. I know you're not worried about weight loss, but my cousin needs some inspiration.
They need to lose some weight.
They need some inspiration on like getting active. I know your journey is not about a weight loss, but
theirs is.
They are, yeah. It's a good job, Nero. And then they favorite one. Well, good for you. Good for you, buddy.
Nero hates when people say good
for
you.
I do. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. And that just go on for days. So much so that, we had some things going on at work. And every time, we had a call with the supervisor, with our CEO. Hey, guys, did you know, Nero got published in X, Y, and Z today?
Look, I'm the coworker. What? It's like an episode of The Office. What did you do today?
Or Nero, why don't you share your lessons learned for being published in this national magazine?
See, they don't want me to go up there. I'm like, giving God the glory.
So that's how I was today. And it sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I was telling my therapist about. This shit is uncomfortable. And it's maybe because I just like to just be on the radar, especially when you're dealing with white people.
Yeah.
And she was she was pretty much like, Nikki, you need to celebrate like white people. Because if you're not, your inner thoughts is just telling you that, this ain't shit. Or telling you ain't shit.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the whole exercise I had to do when I had to say, Nero, you ain't shit, in funny voices and shit.
And Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey, boo boo. Hey, Nero, you ain't shit. And look in the mirror and do this shit, right? Yeah. And it's a weird exercise, but it does help with that. And it just goes back to that. This is a big deal. It happened. And, it was something that, was in play. I had to sign NDAs and shit like that. But now, finally came out so I can talk more about it.
Yeah.
But, I need to celebrate it. And for everybody else, y'all need to celebrate y'all shit and brag like a white person.
Yeah. What is something y'all need to think about? Think about your partner, your friends. What's one thing, or yourself? What's one thing you can really celebrate, be it professionally or personally, and make it your thing this weekend to celebrate it in some form. Don't just blow it off. Don't hide it.
And not just celebrate it. Celebrate it like a white person.
Celebrate like a white person. Don't just go home and drink a bottle of Moscato. Really go and tell niggas, send texts, celebrate yourself.
Right. Gather up the gang and go to happy hour.
And bring everybody. I got an announcement. And honestly, I think it would change. If a bunch of my friend called me and was like, "Oh my God, I got this thing. I need to tell you, come to happy hour." And she'd be like, "Listen, I got this announcement. Happen, nigga. I'll be lit too." It is something about feeding off other people's energy. Oh my God, you got this announcement. This happened. Oh, you did this work. It is something about that. Yeah. And I encourage you all to do that. Pick one thing that you gonna celebrate and just truly celebrate. And y'all got to email us and let us know how you brag like a white person. What it was, how you did it. Maybe that need to become a segment.
Brag like a white person.
Brag like a white person just for some work that you're doing.
All right.
And we can just shout you out. It's something to that.
It is.
It's power to that. It is power to that. Thank you for sharing that, Nero.
No problem.
What else we doing now?
You want to hop into a little pillow talk before we do some shout out Friday? Yeah. Because we got quite a few emails here.
Okay, cool. We'll start pillow talk. What's going to be nice and sweet and to the point?
And so, first things first, I'm scared for all the vegan people out there.
What's you scared? They just eat vegetables. What are you scared of?
And so this new study finds that vegans and vegetarians have 20% higher chance of suffering from a stroke.
From stroke? From what, the salt?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, listen, and I'm one of the people in obesity. Y'all, I don't know if we can get up on the vegans and vegetarians now, the way we be the way them what's it called?
Comorbidities
that we got, honey. Like what?
So it seems that
ain't everybody at risk for something.
Passing day, more and more people are deciding to convert to strictly vegan, vegetarian. Yeah. But a new study recently uncovered a disturbing findings that could make eating meat just seem not so bad at all. This is definitely some clickbait shit, but I thought it was interesting. People. I'm trolling y'all vegan niggas.
I'm sure it's a high. Well, you know what is gonna come out? I think with the vegan, vegetarian folks,
it's all that salt. And I'm saying
no, the fake meat, like all that, and y'all niggas going back to McDonald's eating them Impossible burgers and shit. That's gonna be the killer, honey. Ain't gonna be the lettuce. It's gonna be something gonna come out. You know, infomercial. Did you eat an Impossible burger at Burger King in 2019? Did one of your left legs fall off? Join the lawsuit. Like that's what I think might come back. That you might have to be careful with. Some of the imitation meat is not the right word, but
it is though. It's the imitation meat.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Not all of it, because some of it is very clear on what it is, but some of it is like, this don't look like black beans.
Actually, I seen an article about that, like how the Impossible burger got some chemicals in it that cause cancer.
That's what I will be worried about as a vegan, not necessarily like, you probably do eat a little bit more salt because you probably season your food, like all that, but I still think it got to outbalance eating fried chicken. You ain't about to. Okay, go ahead. What is it?
So it said, according to CNN, the Epic Oxford study is providing some unsettling news for both vegans and vegetarians, as the result revealed that that they have a 20% higher chance of suffering a stroke compared to those who eat meat. The research found that vegetarians and vegans, specifically from hemorrhaging stroke, which is caused by blood from an artery that begins to bleed into the brain. What? The finding translates 3 or more cases of stroke per 1,000 people over 10 years.
They're stretching.
Truthfully, it's just a bunch of research that niggas is, fussed the numbers
just putting things together, yeah.
So it says lead researcher Tammy Tong, a nutritional
that's a risk you should take.
Epidemiologist, opened up and said it does seem that lower risk of coronary heart disease does exceed the higher risk of stroke.
That's what I'm gonna say. Like, which one is worse?
We look at the absolute number, and it's possible that this is due to the very low cholesterol levels and low level of nutrients.
Just so what they're saying, y'all, if you're a vegan vegetarian, just eat a spoonful of coconut oil.
There's evidence to suggest that a very low cholesterol might be associated with a slightly higher risk of stroke. Really?
Yeah, because your blood is so thin, right? Like
similar other research point that deficiencies in some nutrients like B12 might be linked to higher risk of stroke. That also is an extreme diet. Mm-hmm.
They're both extremes, but if I had to choose one, I definitely choose the vegetarian. Like, you're not going to sit here, and don't get me wrong, I love a good piece of meat, and I'm going to continue to eat meat. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that if I'm vegan, vegetarian, like, I need to be careful because now they cause strokes.
Oh, they had quite a few people. They had a 48,000 people study. Average age of 45, 24,000 meat eaters, 7,500 pescatarians.
But what is the age? Like, look, now I'm getting kind of a scholar. Like, what are the age in which they're getting this? Like, are these old niggas getting this? What is the comparison between people who eat meat? Like, what are we, like, what is all of that goes into this?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Any extreme diet, anywhere you're swinging the pendulum one way, and you're isolating the type of foods you eat and that type of stuff, you're always going to be at risk for something.
And so I figured let's put that
I don't know. It's like I said, if you're going to examine anything, maybe the Whopper.
The Impossible Whopper.
Maybe that's what you should be skeptical about. But not the other pieces of it. Not the tofu, maybe.
Other than that, your girl Nicki Minaj said she's retiring.
I bet.
She put out something on Twitter that said, I decided to retire and have a family. I know you guys are happy now. To my fans, keep rapping me. Do it to the death. Because ain't nobody checking for me. Love y'all. So, I know she's supposed to be having this marriage certificate thing or whatever. But I guess she said she's giving up rap now.
Oh, my goodness. It's too much.
She had put a very weird video on Instagram.
Who, Nicki?
Yeah. With this new nigga.
Nicki, I don't know the difference between what Onika really doing and what she pretended to do.
It's like a caricature. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a mixture of that. I agree.
I don't know. Let's get into some Shout Out Friday.
All right, let's do that.
So as always, submit your 5-star rating review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. Or send us an email and we'll shout y'all out on Shout Out Friday. So we got one on Apple Podcasts. What's up? It says A1 since day one from Brianna. Hey Brianna, how you doing? It says, love listening, learning, laughing, and relating to you two. My favorite podcast to recommend to everybody. We got an email. We got some emails. You want to read this or you want me to start reading it?
You can start reading it.
Okay, so we got one from Savannah.
Hey.
For our homegirl, Savannah. And it says, it's y'all fault. Cousins, it's Savannah or Savannah.
Yeah.
Hope y'all had a great week. This is y'all fault.
Okay.
I was going to buy these crafty colonizers, the white fragility book.
Yeah.
But my mouth beat me to it. I have a black administrator looking out for me. She informed me that the white principal said I need to get on board with the lesson plan. She informed him that mine were the best in the department, damn near in the entire school. Also, I'm teaching. He had to swallow his embarrassment. Somebody from my team has been snitching on me.
Yep. You already know.
First of all, the betrayal.
Yep. You already know.
Secondly, that's why I don't have classroom management issues. I know my damn audience. I had a meeting with the team and let them have it.
Yeah.
I told them I don't feel welcome here. I feel like I'm being treated like I'm a first-year teacher who doesn't know her hand from her ass.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm tired of being warned about teaching kids who look like me. I let them have it. She let him have it.
Yep.
I did my roll down my face like Denzel from Glory.
Oh
I was hit livid. These white folks need to feel uncomfortable, just like they had made my sisters and me feel. Of course, they apologize for their MAGA friends and shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They just couldn't believe what was going on in our school. The lies.
They knew exactly.
The lies.
Yeah.
They hate that I'm doing so well. They weren't expecting someone to call them out on that shit. I'm 100% that bitch. Don't you dare say it's the Taurus in me.
Yeah.
It is me.
I know. I love this.
Laughing emojis. I felt free! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
You have to hold these folks accountable for their racism. Quite frankly, a lot of them are up there sabotaging our black and brown babies.
Yep.
I blame this on you, Nyambi.
What's going on?
Your confidence and holding folks accountable in meetings has brought me to this point.
Oh, shit. I
am a carefree black girl. I'm on their neck. Hold on. I'm on their necks.
Neil don't scare Mabel.
I'm still buying those books, though.
Yeah.
I told my kids what you said about protesting. Lord, they are trying to get their ass fired right away. You are absolutely right about the black lady sketch show. The Romeo and Juliet skit woke me up. It was hilarious. Patty and the teacher skit kept my attention.
Yeah.
Look at me showing my teeth.
Yeah, I told you. Yep.
They need to identify their audience and stick with it, though. Hopefully I don't roll over and go back to sleep.
Because some of them, you be like, what was that? You be like, I'm going to bed.
She says, moving on. Nobody asked Trey for a remix.
Nobody.
I thought we canceled him on all cover songs.
Nobody
Just do
wanted
your
Trey.
thing.
Just do your songs, Trey.
Just do your thing, please.
Trigger. Just focus on you.
Then she goes on to say, I don't know what drug dealers have all of this shit going on and not dead or in prison. What the hell happening to multiple streams of income? What in the hell is holding Tasha back from shutting down Ghost? Who are these writers?
That's what I said. The writing got bad.
Love power, but I know if I were a major drug dealer, I'd be able to defend it.
Yeah,
the wise ones aren't as messy.
Allegedly. Yeah, they too old in this game to be doing that, getting caught up.
Right. Love and Marriage Huntsville returns this weekend.
Oh, I have to watch that. Well, what's the one I can't stand?
Martell, I guess.
Martell.
No.
Darius or
no? You talking about which one?
He remind me of Mister from The Color Purple.
Oh, you talking about the one that won't let his wife do nothing?
Yeah,
Tell
Mister.
His ass,
yes,
Marsal.
Oh, Mister. And she just as dumb. I mean, Marsal, girl, that is not your dad. Hell, even if it is your daddy, you tell your daddy no. Weed's free now.
She says, "How many more women did Martell have sex with?"
Oh, we talking about the other one.
Yes,
a lot.
I can't.
What is that? What is that song? A lot. How many
lot.
TGD? A lot.
I just can't stand him. Congrats on the pregnancy. I hope he has.
Hold on,
improved.
she's pregnant. I didn't even see the preview.
Oh shit,
Girls.
the show. Oh, there you go. The chauvinist on here is still canceled. There you go.
That's the one who I need to get in the room with. Like, that is who, because I will hold his ass accountable to so much. Whatever this group they got, the Magnificent Black Billions, whatever they're going to call, I would just find joy in just crushing on that nigga's feeling constantly. Mm-hmm. Like, every time he says something, I would be like, you're such a sexist. You're such a, I'm like, you must be very insecure. Like, we would just constantly stay at it. That would just bring me joy.
She says, "We shall see if things change for better or for worse." I truly appreciate you all for everything. Your podcast is therapy for me when I can't make it to my therapist. I hope you have a wonderful and well-rested weekend. Y'all deserve it.
Oh, thank you.
Sincerely,
thank you.
Savannah.
Perfect.
Or Savannah.
I'll read the next one from Danny. It says, congratulations. It says, short email to you. Wish you both belated happy birthday. And congratulating Neeram on your promotion. I definitely be calling at a later date to discuss some of these past episodes. Great work as always. Love the show. I'm always sad when you guys take a break. Enjoy your weekend, Danny.
Oh, well, guess what?
I am. I'm going out of town next week, y'all. I'm going to Asia. Mm-hmm. Asia's a big country. I know that. You'll get the details when I get back.
What part of Asia?
No, I almost said the eastern part. The eastern.
All right, we got one from Lady First. The subject is, "Am I wrong?" Said, "This is late. This is how I know, and that's how I know she's on to the shits." This is Lady First. Hey, family. I hope all is well with you and Mabel. I have a question. I need your input. Please excuse the length of this email.
No worries.
But I have to have backstory. I had a pretty serious procedure back last year and all came out well with it. Thank the Lord. The Lord. My boyfriend knew of the procedure and unbeknownst to me said something to our friends who in turn texted me when the results came in. I was not bothered nor upset that he said something to them. Yeah. My boyfriend's going through a procedure and I asked my mom to pray for him. I didn't give her the details, but simply asked her to pray to be a prayer warrior for him. I let him know that I did that, and he went in on me saying that I was invading his privacy. Jesus. His own mom didn't know, and there was a select few, maybe 3 people. I reminded him that he indeed had did the same thing. He told me after a very length of back and forth texting war that the reason he didn't say anything to his own mom was because of his kids. But I had said something to my mother. I had no idea that he had not told his mom. My question is, what
the fuck is the problem?
Am I wrong for feeling like I did nothing to invade his privacy?
Why we all pause? I think the whole Black Lives Matter community got quiet. Go ahead.
He is someone that I can honestly make someone feel like I'm always wrong. I apologized to him, and he in turn said from moving on, he knows how to deal with personal things concerning him.
That's great. You're absolutely right. Is this a boyfriend or a friend?
And she said boyfriend.
Oh, girl.
And wrote show versus tell. My instinct was to blast him, but I'm too tired. I'm too tired.
When people show you who they are, believe them. This got nothing to do with you, sis. This is all about him and his projection. Like I said, the older I get, I learn the way that folks respond to you has nothing to do with you. It has all to do with him, right? That shows me in the past he tried to be vulnerable. He tried to put himself out there, and it wasn't received or it was used against him. No. Like, you didn't explain what the situation was to the person, right? You just said to pray for them, right? And I get what he's saying, like, I didn't share it with someone. But after you apologized and came from a sincere place, that should have been it. Right? But that it's red flaggy there for me. I don't think you're wrong. I think you need to watch this nigga. It feels a little gaslighter to me. It feels a little gaslighty to me, don't it?
Yeah.
So that's what I would be aware of.
Now he gonna hit you with whatever happened in his house, stay in his house.
Yeah, and I get you got to watch that. And I get that. Like, I get what happens in this house stays in this house, and we handle things with the family. But when people say it with a certain energy, you got to be very careful about that. I don't think you're wrong, sis, but be aware. Like, your spidey sense is going off. Trust it. What's the other stuff? Because that's the other thing. This is not the first red flag. I guarantee this is not the first red flag of him or her. I don't know if it's him or her doing something a little strange, a little off-putting, a little like it just don't add up. You ever just be working with somebody sometime, you like, this shit ain't adding up.
Yeah.
And I think this is a situation where you're trying to do the math and it ain't. Something ain't adding up here.
Yeah, I agree.
What you think?
I agree.
How long they been together?
They didn't say.
Child. It don't. You almost said it don't matter. It do matter, but nah, because I would say if it's some years, that's some stuff you won't have to get to, right? Because then I want to unpack what was he didn't tell his mom because of his kids.
Yeah, something
that
like
don't even make sense.
No, you know this
What?
brother. No,
What you about to say?
because it reminds me of the tendencies of a friend we know. They be like, "Don't be telling my business, and you don't hold water."
No, but I don't think that friend would be like, don't you be telling people to pray for me. I'd be like, what the hell? Like, I just can't tell people to keep you lifted. Like, what? Like, that would be a red flag for me. I'd be like, something's going on. Like, people cannot just send you good energy and good health and wealth.
Right.
When I'm in prime condition, I ask for that. So that's the part that's getting me. It's not like she was just sitting around like, yeah, girl, you know, he going to get snipped, honey. He getting one of his testicles removed. She's saying like, yeah, he's having a procedure done. Just keep him lifted. Well, shit. It's a lot of fucking procedures. Nigga could be getting his wisdom teeth removed, right? Like, so that's the part. When it's ever something like people like, I'm just sending you good energy, I'm just praying for you, and people get real riled up, you know, I get nervous about that. You know, that demonic energy be around. I don't know. You know, the devil don't like you.
Not the demonic energy.
Don't be liking you praying for him. What you praying for me?
What you praying for me for?
Sending good energy over here.
How dare you?
I thought we had this one. The enemy said, I thought I had this one. But then here come this praying grandma. So just be very aware, sis. Yeah.
All right, you can read the last one.
Oh, this one. Oh, Fly News Guy. Yeah. It says, cousin is thriving. It says, hey, Black Love Matters family. Fly News Guys checking in. First, I want to thank you in the Black Love Matters family for your condolences, thoughts, and prayers after the sudden loss of my best friend earlier this summer. Although I miss him dearly, things are starting to look up from here. Some exciting news for me. I was named as Thriving Under 30 nominee for my alma mater. All right.
We need to celebrate like white people.
All right. Thriving Under 30 nominee for alma mater, and he's black. So, you know, we need to amplify that even more.
Hell yeah.
Come on, shout out to that.
Look at you, Thriving Under 30. We need to start it. Go to a happy hour.
You're in love with a happy hour. Anyway, I still can't believe this happened to me, and my family and friends are truly excited for this future award. Later this month, I'll be headed back to Atlanta to celebrate with all of my loved ones. Ooh, yeah, send a picture or something. Of course, as we as Black Southerners have to find some way to celebrate. So I decided to come up with a way to help my fundraiser for AIDS, HIV, walking a ladder. What better way than to have an old school fish fry? No whiting fish, no whiting, no whiting, because you can't do that. I'm talking about trout, perch, catfish fries, hush puppy salad, and more, all for $5. Oh, shit.
Nigga, what?
$5, and all of which donations will benefit the walk. Well, let us know what it is. I don't know how many listeners we got in Atlanta, but a $5 fish fry sound litty.
It do.
Even if you don't eat it, you pay the $5 and you give it to somebody you see on the street. That's lit. Below was my introduction to understanding HIV in Atlanta. As a native from Southwest Atlanta, the talk of HIV and AIDS is nothing new. I'm pretty sure you heard of all the HIV-related jokes towards the city of Atlanta. However, there is no laughing matter with this situation. This year, I'm walking an effort to raise awareness and money for the 29th annual HIV/AIDS Walk Atlanta and 5K run on Sunday, September 29th. As a true AT alien, I need your help. No one gift is too small, and every donation makes a difference in our community. Together, we can make a difference and help millions of people living with HIV/AIDS. Did you know the strongest concentration of HIV and AIDS cases in Georgia are found in Fulton? What is that? DeKalb, Clayton County. Sadly, these numbers continue to increase among Black gay men and Black women. In 2017, there were 37,155 people living with HIV in Atlanta. 83% of people were diagnosed with HIV and 70% with AIDS. 1,597 cases of newly diagnosed were reported. 357 of those accounted cases died from HIV and AIDS complications. The rates of Black males living with HIV diagnosis is 5 times that of white males. The rate of Black females living with HIV diagnosis is 15 times that of white females. Although research numbers are alarming, there is much progress happening within the HIV community, from the medications such as PrEP, a daily medication that can stop HIV from taking hold and spreading throughout the body, to an antiretroviral therapy, ART, medication to control replication of HIV in the body to achieve the undetectable status. Did you know people living with HIV who are on treatment, engaged in care, and have an ongoing undetectable viral load do not transmit HIV with their partners?
Oh, go figure.
Yeah, that is I don't think a lot of folks know that. That is a great fact to share. Here's to helping the communities of Greater Atlanta achieve a healthier lifestyle, fight stigma, and moving the needle forward towards zero infections by knowing your status and for hopes of a healthier generation to come. People from all walks of life will help to change the story of HIV in our lifetime. Your generous support is possible to provide prevention, education, and direct services for people who are living with HIV and AIDS in our community. If anyone in the family would like to donate to the greater cause, here's the link to my donation page to the official Atlanta HIV Walk portal, since I know all niggas don't trust Cash App. Why you do that, Flash? I feel like I'm reading really good. I attached the fundraiser graphic, which I did myself, dusting off my Photoshop skills. I can get a shameless plug on the gram. With this long-winded email, here's the closing out. Peace and love. Can't wait to catch up with you all on how Thrive Under 30 weekend goes. That is wonderful. Yeah, we'll get it up Friday. I know Niram do it. We'll probably get it like this weekend, early next week. So if anybody want to go and support that, I think it's a wonderful cause.
Absolutely. I was actually looking at the page earlier. I think his goal is like $250 or something like that. We should bless him.
Yeah, we're going to bless him. Of course we are. But I'm saying sharing for the whole community if folks want to participate and give.
Absolutely. And Black Love family members. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Actually, brother, you need a Bitly. This is a long ass link. And I know it's the AIDS, but no, it's long and it's convoluted. Yeah. We can get you a Bitly. Let's see if we can do like a quick Bitly.
Okay, yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to help you out. Y'all be on the lookout for it. We're going to help you.
I think in bit.ly/Fly News Guy.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was a great episode.
So, yeah, and thank you for sharing that, Fly News Guy. Like that's real. Like these are the conversations we need to have in our community. Like this is what we need to focus on and we'll celebrate. Like, yes, all of these emails, all these letters, they're filling up my soul, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some voicemails.
No, we ain't got no voicemails this week. Also, you might want to make an announcement. You're gonna be heading out of town.
I said that already. I told this folks last week, y'all. Right. I know I'm going to Asia. I'm not telling y'all what country, niggas, because I need to research companies. Like y'all doing too much narrowing down. I feel like y'all pinpointing me.
Well, Nyambi's gonna be out of town, which means no episodes
next week. But we're gonna get some older episodes up next week. I'm gonna try to find Bot Store Chronicles, y'all. So I'm gonna try to have next week as like the best of the Bot Store Chronicles.
Have you found any?
I've found 2 of them I want to highlight. So it's 1 more for Friday I need to find. But I figure even if I can't find that Friday one, we can find like another podcast. They all have a theme, whatever they are, and y'all see what we're talking about. But when I get back, I'll be able to tell you about my whole long flight My flight is like almost like 14 some hours. So I'll let y'all know how I go over there. It should be really good though. I'm excited about it. Are you gonna miss me?
Yes, both Mabel and I.
I'm so unprepared for this, y'all, to the point like maybe I should think about money. Maybe I should get a SIM card. Maybe I should get an adapter. Like I'm literally just about to take my black ass over there, and I know I'm gonna stand out. How was it being black in certain Asian countries? Like, how is it being black in like China? How is it being black in like Singapore? Like, what? I think, of course, it depends what country, but still. I plan on bringing y'all all the tea. I've been on YouTube looking up like expats and what they're doing, and it looks like the country I'm going, the type of blacks that go there, I ain't the same. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
They was definitely running from something. Like all their videos, I'm like,
Who said they're running from something?
yeah, they was running, not running. I should not from the government, but like you be like, oh, sis, what's going on? You had a bad experience, but I'm very excited about. Maybe we can have an episode about like traveling abroad, because then you're going to Berlin.
Berlin, my black ass gonna be in Oktoberfest, looking at all those all them white people in blackface.
Oh my god. So yeah, maybe we have an episode. We actually need to. Well, Nia busy, honey. Nia is booked, but we should see what he's doing, and we can just talk about what does it mean to be black and abroad, and even Fancy, right? So maybe that'd actually be a good episode for Nia and Fancy and all of us to talk about like the importance of traveling abroad, and what does it mean to be black and abroad.
Yeah,
that is a very particular energy that sometimes I think is tiring. Depends where you go. It really depends where you go. To be black and abroad can be amazing. You can feel like Beyonce, and other days you'll be like, if they only knew. You gonna close us on out there?
Yep. So as always, to submit your black love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To leave a question for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything that we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud, and we got that voicemail, and that's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later. Remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.